Last July 20th, when I delivered my remarks as president-elect, I had no idea of the changes that would transpire in the world. We are now in the midst of a pandemic and social unrest. As a result of these monumental changes, my goals have changed, and I now have three major initiatives. The first is unity. The second is helping lawyers adapt to a new norm. And the third is lawyer public relations. First, I want to discuss unity. We should seek to unify as a state and as a nation. So the question is, what are we as a state bar association going to do about it? I certainly don't have all the answers, but my answer, at least for now, is we're going to seek to unify through diversity. We as lawyers stand for justice and fairness, and we stand against those who seek to tear down the rule of law. Brian Stevenson, when he spoke to us last year, made us all proud as he detailed his quest to remedy injustices of the wrongly accused. Racism, inequality, and unfairness have absolutely no place in our justice system. These misguided concepts are an affront to human dignity, and they are counter to the mission of the Alabama State Bar. We're watching history unfold before our very eyes, and we, the lawyers of the Alabama State Bar Association, are going to do everything we can to be on the right side of history. Mahatma Gandhi, a leader who mobilized international change, said, "Our ability to reach unity and diversity will be the beauty and the test of our civilization." With lawyers throughout history being agents for positive change, it's not surprising that Gandhi was also a lawyer. We as a State Bar Association will do at least two things in our attempt to unify through diversity. First, we're going to put a lawyer in every classroom to talk about a number of topics, including unity, diversity, inclusion, and tolerance, as well as the importance of the rule of law, peaceful protest, and peaceful conflict resolution. Next, I am appointing a presidential council on unity and diversity. This group will provide guidance to our executive council on these issues. Cassandra Adams from Birmingham, Hillary Armstrong from Montgomery, and Ricardo Woods from Mobile will be the three members of this council. They will work with our existing diversity and inclusion task force to make appropriate recommendations for action. I echo the comments of Philip McCallum, our executive director, in the most recent State Bar message. The Alabama State Bar stands in solidarity with our members of color, and we add our collective voice with all who demand justice and an end to the use of excessive force. My goal this year for the State Bar is for us to engage, for us to listen, for us to learn, and for us to grow better together. My second initiative will be helping lawyers adapt to a new norm. We as a profession are facing struggles just like many other sectors of the economy. Change is here to stay for a while, folks. There will be no jury trials until at least September. Hopefully, we can have them in September. Lawyers and judges are trying to get used to Zoom hearings. In-person contact has been severely restricted with our clients and with each other. The traditional way that we have grown accustomed to practicing law has been turned on its head. However, the great thing about the legal profession is that we know how to adapt to change. We as a profession will improvise, we will adapt, and we will persevere. Continuing education will continue to be a focus this year as we learn to adapt to this new norm. We'll continue providing CLEs on technology, especially with regard to working remotely, and we will also continue CLEs on attorney wellness. Importantly, in an attempt to help those struggling financially, we will have 12 hours of free CLE online so that lawyers can get their requirement this year free of charge. I will also reappoint the COVID-19 Bench and Bar Task Force, which was originally appointed by Christie. This task force was made up of lawyers, trial judges, and Supreme Court justices. We worked very quickly to come up with best practices for many issues presented by the pandemic. I look forward to working with them again as we try to ensure that jury trials can proceed in the most safe and effective manner throughout the state. I will also appoint a COVID-19 task force, which is made up of only lawyers. This task force will reach out to lawyers all across the state in an attempt to identify issues that are important to lawyers. They will develop best practices and solutions to these issues. Gene Rosardi, Clay Martin, and Tom Perry will be co-chairs of this task force, and I expect them to be very, very busy and very productive as well. The third initiative is something I'm very passionate about, is what I call lawyer public relations. We will continue to seek to improve the image of lawyers by highlighting the great deeds that lawyers do every single day. There are three main areas we're going to talk about. First, we're going to highlight the fact that virtually every corporate, charitable, and school board in this state has at least one lawyer on it. Lawyers are in leadership positions in pretty much every religious organization in this state. We are involved as coaches and leaders in youth sports and youth organizations. So the question is, why is that? And the answer is because lawyers render service, which is our motto, and lawyers like to give back to our communities and our state as a whole. We are sought by these organizations because we are trained to lead and because we have a unique skill set that is designed to solve problems. In my opinion, lawyers give back more than any other profession in this state. Second, we've hired Dr. Sam Addy at the University of Alabama to conduct an economic impact report on the legal profession. We expect this report to show that the legal profession is one of the largest economic engines in the entire state and that we contribute billions of dollars every single year to the Alabama economy. Third is pro bono. My heart is right, and this is where it comes from my mother, and also this was a big initiative for my brother back when he was bar president. We'll be highlighting the fact that lawyers donate millions of dollars each year in their time in the form of pro bono legal services. I'm also appointing 2 new pro bono task forces. The first will be called Helping Heroes in Healthcare. We'll be providing free legal work to our frontline medical responders and personnel who have given so much to our state during this pandemic. The second pro bono task force is called Lawyer Voices for Survivors, which is our anti-human trafficking task force. LaBella McCallum is very passionate about this issue, and she's agreed to chair this task force this year. They will provide free legal services to survivors of human trafficking. Many people are not aware that human trafficking has become a huge problem in the state of Alabama. And so we as a state bar association will do our part to educate the public and to help those survivors. In addition to these 3 initiatives, we're going to continue to focus on attorney wellness, especially as we adapt to this new norm. We as lawyers are so concerned about taking care of others that we often forget to take care of ourselves. We need to take care of ourselves both mentally and physically so that we can then take care of our clients and better serve the public. In conclusion, there are many challenges that lie ahead of us this year. We will meet these challenges head on. We will prevail, and our bar association will be stronger as a result. I consider myself to be very blessed to be a member of the greatest profession in this country, and I'm humbled by the trust you have placed in me as bar president.